Hello everybody. We will do a series of episodes about the teachings written in Majjhima Nikaya. In this episode, we will talk about the root of all things, dependent origination. We will begin by describing the 12 links of conditioned origination. However, this story addresses the tale of the 4 individuals. I hope you enjoy this educational series, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any episodes each week. So let's begin our adventure of knowledge. The teaching of Paticca Samuppada. In several discourses of the Majjhima Nikaya, the Buddha expounds on the interdependent nature of reality. Teaches that nothing exists in isolation or independently. Everything is interconnected in a complex web of causes and conditions. This principle is most clearly articulated in the 12-link formula, which describes the cycle of samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. The 12 links of conditioned origin ignorance, Avijja. The lack of understanding of the true nature of reality. It is spiritual blindness that begins the cycle of existence. Volitional formations, sankhara. The acts of will that shape our experiences and condition consciousness, vijnana. Consciousness that arises in response to volitional formations, creating a perception of individuality. Name and form, namarupa. The mind, name, and body, form, which form the basis of sensory experience. 6 sense bases, salayatana. The 6 sensory organs, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, that allow perception of the external world. Contact, phassa. The encounter between the senses and sensory objects, generating experience. Sensation, vedana. The sensation resulting from contact, which can be pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Desire, tanha. The longing or attachment that arises in response to sensations, leading to the desire to continue pleasant experiences and avoid unpleasant ones. Attachment, upadana. The intensification of desire, which results in a deeper attachment to sensory objects. Becoming, bhava. The process of becoming, shaped by attachment and past actions, that sets the stage for rebirth. Birth, jati. The act of being born into a new existence, conditioned by accumulated karma. Old age and death, jara marana. Aging and death that inevitably follow birth, perpetuating the cycle of suffering. Now let's see a story about ignorance, Avijja. The Cave of Ignorance. Once upon a time, in an ancient and peaceful village, surrounded by vast forests and majestic mountains, a young man named Kavi lived with his family in a small house on the bank of a river. Kavi was known for his curiosity and desire to understand the world around him. But there was one thing he didn't understand: the mystery of life and existence. One summer day, while exploring the forest, Kavi found a cave hidden behind a dense curtain of cypress trees. The cave entrance was covered in cobwebs and dry leaves, and a sense of mystery emanated from within. Intrigued, Kavi decided to join. Inside the cave, the environment was dark and stuffy. He lit a torch, and as the light shone, it revealed a series of images painted on the walls. These images were strange and confusing. Figures shrouded in shadows, intersecting paths, and scenes of people with expressions of pain and confusion. As Kavi explored further, he found a wise old man sitting in a corner of the cave. The sage seemed to be in deep meditation, surrounded by an aura of serenity. Kavi approached and asked, "Sage, why are these images so disturbing? What do they mean?" The wise man, with a penetrating look, replied, "These images represent ignorance, the root of all suffering. Ignorance is the veil that covers the true nature of reality, preventing the truth about life and the world from being seen." Kavi frowned in confusion. The sage continued, "Imagine that you are in darkness, not knowing where to go. Every step you take is guided only by what you can touch or hear. If you have no light, you cannot see obstacles, and so you continue to stumble and to suffer. Ignorance is this darkness. It prevents you from seeing the clear path to truth and happiness." The sage then took a small mirror and held it to the torchlight. The bright and clear reflection revealed the cave in detail, showing that it was full of other paths and exits. See how the light reveals what was hidden. Without the light, you were lost in darkness, unable to see the true nature of things. Likewise, without understanding, you remain in ignorance, trapped in a cycle of suffering. Kavi looked at the pictures on the wall with a new understanding. The darkness that surrounded him in the cave now seemed to be a metaphor for the ignorance that clouded his outlook on life. Leaving the cave, Kavi felt a new sense of clarity. He realized that ignorance was not just a lack of knowledge, but a condition that profoundly affected the way he lived and experienced the world. With this new perspective, he dedicated himself to seeking truth and enlightenment, beginning his journey to dispel the darkness of ignorance in his life. Kavi's story in the Cave of Ignorance reminds us of the importance of seeking truth and understanding, and how ignorance can keep us trapped in a cycle of suffering. Only by illuminating our minds with wisdom and understanding can we find the path to liberation and true happiness. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so we can continue to bring more videos and stories like this.